Ah, problemi no dey finish. Problemi no dey finish. Come dey enjoy. Problemi no dey finish. All right, guys. Hi, hot mom. Hello, everyone. Um, you are not supposed to be doing this. Someone said you are not supposed to be doing this. Why am I not supposed to be doing this? Eh? Christiana Jemeron. Why are you not supposed talk quickly so make I feel block you and your papa? Why am I not supposed to be doing this? The one where you go talk now collect a pay. Now you they find. Please, oh. Hello, all of you. When I know they sleep, we know they sleep. When they come here, come walk. Let me tell you something here. I was having a conversation with one guy, or with a family member today on the phone. And the guy was like, okay, we're two people, and one of them was like, I don't go to church on Sunday. Said why? I said why? The two of us said why, and the guy said, that's the day I like to sleep. Then the other person said, no, that's the day you serve God. You should not sleep on Sunday. I said, hey, that's the day your pastor opens his office and you join him on that office. Have you ever gone to check your pastor on a Monday? Monday, where you they go work, your pastor they rest. They wake up 11 for morning. They taking time. Eh? You they go that bank, you they work like person we won't buy. Christina Jameson said, Jemeron said, me I not get shame. If your papa get shame, you know go marry your mama. Make I tell you true, eh? Koto da bi shigidi agbeko. Eh? Òbúkọ tí bàbá ẹ jẹ́. Tó bá ní tìjú ni. Òbúkọ bàbá ẹ ò ní bá ìyá ẹ lò pọ̀ kan bí ṣìgìdì àgbékọ bí tiẹ̀ yìí. Ẹ máa wò pònú wèrè rádaràda játijàti. So again, let me give you rapture so you experience what your spiritual husband is experiencing right now. Ìlérí ibú. Someone say, why do you always call people papa? Because myself I be person papa, so if you miss you, I go give you. So anybody with miss you now? Please, where is the person make you leave? Oh? So back to what I was saying. Have you ever gone to visit your pastor on Monday and Tuesday before? Hey, your pastor they rest. You know why? Because that Sunday where you supposed to rest, when your pastor open a shop, you they go there as customer. You don't know. Sunday where you supposed, if you want to attend any service, that's why they always tell people, say, if you want to attend any service, attend online service. So you go feel day for your bed, soak for your bathtub. Because Sunday now the day where you supposed to rest, they do your dry clean. You will come go service from morning, close for afternoon. Meanwhile, Monday where you they work for your bank, I be where you they work for as nurse, or where you they work for hospital. Your pastor they rest too. Some pastors they rest Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Again, they relax. Monday they will just come. I mean Sunday they will just come collect all the money when I don't make. Collect 10%. So I have a very special guest. Someone say I know they hear Yoruba. Make they help you translate them for Yoruba. Come on. Where Danny? Where Danny? Fine. Waiting they make una laugh. Someone say God punish anybody who want to talk rubbish here today. Baba, before God go punish you, me I go first punish you. Oral cavity, master here. I will tell you oral cavity. Then you go and face God. Baby, they want me. Say they want me. How they even they take sing that song? How person want sleep for the country way day like this? But I don't know. You go lie down for your mattress. I be for your mat. Whichever one. Baba, if you don't understand Yoruba they make some shake with sweet. Hey. So today we are talking about spiritual husbands. Oh. Someone said, can you help me, sir? Help you with what? Hello? You can't come on. I sent you a request too. Do you have the latest Instagram? Send me a request. Now you want to join? Because I sent you, you couldn't come. All right. So that's it. There's nothing wrong with you if you want to go to church on a Sunday. First of all, I don't believe you can go to church. I believe you are the church, and wherever you are is the church. Once two or three gather. But I have a problem with somebody guilt tripping you and telling you if you don't go to church on Sunday. First of all, where did Sunday worship come from? It's whitewashing. There's no place in the Bible where Christ or even Paul or anybody gave them Sunday as a special day. The Sabbath, when Christ even went to the temple, was Saturday. It was never Sunday. Sunday is the first day of the week. Come, let me now beg you. A lot of people are coming to my page newly. If your papa and your mama don't train you for house, me, I go give you better training. As in, I will train you. By the time you leave my life, you'll be okay. You'll be comfortable. Come, who sing that song? I too like that song. Someone say relax for the abuse and blocking, Baba. May they relax for their bad behavior. Someone said, I need money, I'm hungry. And you never sell the phone. Hunger never wire you. If hunger wire you, that phone, you go sell them. You go don't chop since. Because you go don't sell that phone with your hand. Waiting they use smartphone, they do you where they hungry. See priority. You never learn you they use phone, they press phone, they come. You get data to come live and you they hungry. When I don't try you. Someone said, what about spiritual wives? It's all the same. I want us to talk about it. You see, that's the thing. Women have talked about this. My lovely person does not have the latest IG. Guys, if you want to join my life, always make sure you download the latest IG. Always make sure you download the latest IG. Butterscotch, they here. Yeah, hello. I can't seem to invite you. Don't have the latest IG. It didn't bring you on. It says you've sent me a request to let me try to bring you on from it. But did you update your IG? If you don't, you'll struggle. Okay, you are back. All right. Hello. Your audio. I can see your visual, but no audio. Can you hear me? Hey, you have no audio. Can you hear me? Boy, now wow. Now Portable sing that song. Not be Portable now. Be careful. Now. Let me warn you. If you come to this page, you have something reasonable you want to talk about, feel free. You have something you want to complain about, the floor is yours. Hey, yalla me, mama.
Good evening.
See as you can't find like human being today.
Just like when I don't have hair.
No, your hair is fine. It's fine when it's natural. It's fine when you wear wig. It's fine when you braid it. Person we fine, fine. Person we no fine. Na mirror go kill him. You never hear that thing before. Person we fine, fine. The one we no fine. Hey, all the mirror for their house don't suffer. So, a lot more people are talking about spiritual wives. We've had so many sessions talking about spiritual husbands. First of all, let me even ask you, do you believe in spiritual wives and husbands?
Yes.
Hey, I don't enter trouble today. So tell me.
Why do I believe in it?
Or what's your take on it?
I believe in spiritual husbands and spiritual wives because I believe in demons. And because I believe in demons because for you to believe in good, there has to be evil, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I believe in sexual demons, such as incubuses and succubuses.
Now, what's your understanding of an incubus and a succubus?
Okay, so opposites of incubus is succubus. Succubus, I think that's the female. Those are the sexual female demons that sleep with men, give them terrors at night. They sleep with them in their dreams, and they actually rob them of a lot of energy as they continue to sleep with them. They drain them of energy, give them nightmares, just terrorize them from the point where they encounter them to the point where they die. Until they die, they keep draining them of energy, keep terrorizing them, scaring them. They either die of fear or die of some mysterious. They die in different ways, but sometimes they just drain you of your energy. Like you feel yourself become weaker as they sleep with you every time they sleep with you. Whatever it is, they rob you of something. You always have to do something. Like maybe you won't just be prospering in anything that you're doing because you have a soul tied to them because they are sleeping with
you. Wow. Now, I want to ask you guys a question. All of you watching live from wherever you are. Nurse Reggie, baby, how are you doing? Whose network? I can see you clearly. Can you see me clearly, or is my network fluctuating?
I can see you clearly.
As in clear, as in you can see clearly how fine I am. You cannot even say yes. Okay, yeah.
How fine I am.
It's clear. All right. Huh? So that person still they talk nonsense, so let me just remove it. So okay, now there was a story we had of a woman who actually met her spiritual husband, and the spiritual husband was giving her advice. You guys were all here. The spiritual husband was giving her advice and all that kind of thing, and she had a relationship with her spiritual husband. Someone said, Daddy Freeze, I like yellow, I'm interested. No interest, don't just interest yourself in it, just respect yourself. Person don't own fan. No. Once you don't see fan like this, you go not say we won't enter horror movie now.
Daddy Freeze.
Oh yeah, put on your
Okay.
picture. Let us
So
see
the
you.
quick from this side, I did my friend house, so I don't want to show her house like
Not
that.
show her house. Who know your friend now? Your friend at Dangote.
Ah,
Nobody go know your
okay.
friend house. What your friend put for house? You did your spiritual husband house. Talk true.
Ah, that is please not fine. That is please. You don't say you some people spiritual husband like this.
Me care. I be physical husband though. I dey here can't pay.
Spiritual husband, I not believe in other spiritual
Let us
husband.
even see your face. This one where you not believe. Can we see your face? First of all, you show us fans. Secondly, you don't show us face.
Please, I've seen you before now. I've come on your show about 3 times.
Don't worry, just show only your face. Don't show any part of your friend house. So we no go find you come for this night.
Okay, make I go. I show my face, then go off.
No, you no go off. You go day here. One day see your face. Why? You thief?
No, I don't do my hair.
You no do your hair. No matter. No be say anybody go marry you before now. You just no see you like that.
That's the freeze.
Ezekiel. You and Yella self now the same hairstyle I get. So how come you don't believe in spiritual husband?
The reason why I say I not believe in spiritual husband is say
Yes.
sometimes those spiritual husbands when people they talk about, I just normal imagination. Probably things that they don't hear or movies when they don't watch. They can't they imagine it things when they sleep. But when they grow up, I'll be they dream some certain kind of things like how I want my man to be. And sometimes you could just be like say, I don't see the kind man what I want for every time I dream. They make love to me. You understand? So yeah. But can I say something?
Yes, go ahead.
But a wet dream is different from a spiritual husband.
I don't know why people can't draw the line of difference. Where have Vidoma here?
A spiritual husband, the reason why
Vidoma they wear cloth for the
so
life.
much significance is because for them to say it's a spiritual thing, it's because it is affecting them in the physical realm. Like just dreaming about that's just a fantasy. It's not affecting you negatively. You're just fantasizing. Maybe about someone you've even already seen.
Okay, we've got our good friend Vidoma here. Vidoma, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Hello, Yella. How are you? Hi, good evening.
You remember Vidoma now, Yella?
Sir?
I'm asking if she remembers you. How have you been? How's your work?
Work is good. Thank God. Everything is fine.
How is everything? Your health, your spiritual husband? How's everything going?
Yeah, my spiritual husband, we are doing all right.
You are doing all right, have you? So tell us what exactly is going on.
Actually, I've not encountered that like that, but I believe in spiritual husband. I believe it exists, but I've not experienced that. I've not experienced bedwetting, which are just natural. They are just natural stuff. But I think most cases,
Bedwetting take fine inside this equation.
Sir?
Everybody they yap you inside comment section. They say you they wear cloth for the life. Say we they see you they wear your cloth. Waiting happen.
I was naked before you called me now. But by this time of the night, should I be putting on clothes?
Yes, now you are supposed to wear full regalia. No, you never go. When will you go? Can't go your meeting. When you go begin fly, go your meeting. I mean, at the naked go meeting.
As I dey naked, now so I don't prepare for her. So make it come carry waiting you won't carry now.
Hey, my cousin used to have a spiritual husband. Almost make una the hair story. My cousin used to have a spiritual husband. Nene, come and talk. And your matters are be sweet, well. Nene, oh,
Daddy
hey.
Freeze. Daddy Freeze.
Yes.
You know, most people used to categorize bedwetting as a spiritual something.
I
It's
never
not
hear that one
spiritual,
now.
guys. It's not. It's a natural stuff. Like I've watched a full documentary about it. You get, it's not spiritual. You guys can research about it. It's not spiritual.
Are you serious? I've never heard anybody
Yes.
linking spiritual husband with
Yeah, and
bedwetting.
when I read about the spiritual husband thing, a lot of people who tend to see spiritual husbands or spiritual spouses actually always have underlying mental health issues with the aid of some kind of post-traumatic experience, especially when they've already been in relationships before. So you kind of also trauma bond. It's almost like an imaginary friend.
Yes.
Sometimes.
It's good I brought Yella, so Yella will give us the scientific perspective.
Hi, Daddy Freeze. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Nene.
Hi, how are you? Daddy Freeze, okay.
Good evening.
This is a short story. I know it's one family member said they know. I had this, my cousin, she was dating this a Lebanese guy when we used to be small. Like anytime this guy the boyfriend came to visit, like she would just like fall and like she would be off like for 2 hours. She used to do that like every evening when the boyfriend come to visit. Like this, at the end of the day, they find out that it's a spiritual thing, but they took her, I think, to one alpha, and she was like recovered from it. But like she
Come, how come it's only our father that can solve spiritual husband?
Okay.
I said, how come it's only our father that can solve this spiritual husband?
Yeah, in my country, Sierra Leone and Guinea, they do that there a lot. Like, yeah, they can do it. They can solve it. And she used to like really like fall off. Like she would be off for 2 hours. She would be sleeping on the floor. Like they would try everything, give her water. She would not drink, and she would be shaking. But the minute the boyfriend did not show up, some days, some evening, that thing would not come. That thing would not happen to her. Like
so how? Let's get perspective. The boyfriend shows up.
Yes.
And then she goes into this.
Yes. So when she comes out of it, she'll be like.
So where would the boyfriend be when she's falling and doing all these things?
Sorry?
Where would the boyfriend be when she's falling and doing all these things?
At our house.
So the boyfriend will be there looking at her.
Yes. So, but anytime the boyfriend not show up, the thing will not happen. And when she recovers, she'll say that I think the spiritual husband don't like to see the
boyfriend.
Or he's jealous or something like that. Yeah, you know me, I don't believe everything, but that used to happen to my cousin. Yeah, I saw that growing up. Yeah, it used to happen to her.
Now, can I talk about something?
Yes, go ahead.
Now, Daddy, do you remember this book I was trying to tell you about, that Islam book about the jinns?
Yes!
It's an Islam book about
jinns. Yes!
Call them jinnah.
Yes. Now. Yes. Islam has proper explanation for demonic activity. You know, like the story of Solomon and Asmodeus, that demon that he used to build the temple. It's in Islam properly explained. It's also properly explained in not the Chronicles of Solomon, a book attributed to King Solomon. And that demon was mentioned in the Catholic Bible book of Tobit chapter 3, verse 7 and 8, to be precise, where the demon was killing off the potential husbands of a lady called Sarah. So, yes, talk a little bit about this book, but don't go too deep, Yella.
Okay.
So that people know, because I remember what you were saying. Some woman started reading that book, and then the thing started affecting her. I remember we had that conversation.
Yeah, the issue is when you read the book and you can't complete the book. That is when you have these encounters, because you must finish the book. That is why you're not supposed to start reading the book. You understand? So what happened? Yes, when these people start to read the book, they get their opposite counterparts. Like, as a woman, if I start reading the book, I will get a husband. Do you understand? And let's say he comes knocking, he comes in like the most subtle ways at first. Do you understand? Until they realize that you have no intentions of even trying to read this book, then they take your life, as in you start to live for them, do everything at their whim, like you do everything for them, and you are not allowed to have a relationship outside them.
Now, do they eventually take the life of the person according to what you...
Yes, they'll eventually take your life.
And what's the remedy?
There was no given remedy. That's why they said there are some things that can't be undone, so you shouldn't start reading the book.
But if you start reading the book and you finish the book, what now happens?
They didn't talk about people who finish the book, because we don't really find people who finish the book, because they said that the man who even made the book, they still want to understand if he was a man, like a human being, or if he was part jinn, the way Jesus was, or Yahushua was. You get part man, part... You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they didn't believe that he was of God. I'm sorry, if he was a regular human being for him to have even constructed the book, because a lot of evil went into the making of the book.
Some people are asking if it's a book. It's a book. I'm actually checking on the genie book.
It's not genie. Yeah. This one is jinn.
It's not. There's a name for the book, and if you can read Arabic, you probably shouldn't check for the book, because you shouldn't start reading the book.
It's written in Arabic.
Yes.
Ezekiel Ministry, come here, come talk. Say this thing is real. Ezekiel, your own na Yahoo. You want sell. Ezekiel Ministry want sell anointing oil. Ezekiel, nobody go buy your market here. Our eye don't open. That year don't pass.
The essence of when I was watching whatever it is that I was watching.
Come, what was it that you were watching? Now you begin to fear me or this speaking. What was it that you were even watching? I know, but I was listening to you with one ear.
I was just on TikTok, and your For You page, page shows you things that you are interested in.
Yes.
You know how the algorithm works, like people get different. So that.
But your voice don't go.
Your voice.
Come back. Your voice left. Come back. You said the algorithm, that's where we lost you.
Yeah, that's what they were directing me to. They were showing me a lot of, they were just focusing on a lot of spiritual, zodiac signs, sometimes Egyptian history. They were just showing me a lot of all that. So they weren't really talking about spiritual husbands. They were talking about the book itself. They were just talking about symptoms that you get from
and stuff like that.
Yes, so they were just talking about symptoms of reading the book. So they never actually called it a spiritual husband. But they did talk about, if you are a girl who reads the book, you get a male counterpart that becomes attached to you and visits you every night.
Now, what does it do to you when he visits you?
They said he may lay with you, he may or may not lay with you, but he will visit you every night.
Wow.
So he doesn't, it's just the same way a husband doesn't have to sleep with you every night, but he's there every night. He may or may not be with you, but sometimes he's just lurking around. He's just there, but you will feel his presence. You will see him. At first, your first stage is you feel present. Second stage is they're always around your bed. You find them at your bedside. You start to see them. And then anybody that enters your life romantically begins to fall ill. They get either angry with you, they get wary of you, they don't want you anymore, or they must die. That kind of thing.
Egmont, our boy, says, I love reading such books. Now, the book is written in Arabic. And that is why I always teach people the importance and necessity of language. You are calling Jesus that Oimbo people created 400 years ago, and you expect Jesus, Oimbo creation, to answer your problem. You will be African, where your problem plenty. So, If for you to read, you can't read it's not an English book. You have to learn the Arabic.
No, that's I mean. I was happy that I didn't understand because you remember when your service started. You remember why I was freaking out because the book is too accessible. Unfortunately, do you understand? So there were actually images of the pages, not just the cover of the book, of the pages on the internet. So I was always like looking around like, how coming to carry me. Do you understand?
You when they sleep for night normally, you can't go put hand inside this kind of thing.
Do you understand? I was not just trying to calm myself down like, okay, I don't know how to read Arabic, so I didn't understand. Technically, I didn't read the book. I didn't read the book because I don't know Arabic.
You see, and
I was so scared.
hey, let me even bring.
But that is free there.
Yes.
That is free there. All these spiritual stuff, like I don't know if you've seen witch hunters. During the end of the witch hunters, that they were trying to destroy the wind. Most of these things are what people fantasize in their head, like they overthink it, which is real, but as in most times I don't used to think it like witches are those evils, like those terrible evils, the way that we in this part of the world visualize the whole thing. I don't know, but in my own individual understanding, I don't think all these things go for people that are not looking for them, And most times, I don't mean to disrespect people that have had this kind of experience, but I used to think that most of the people that encounter this spiritual husband stuff is actually people that, they lack fakafiki moment and experience, So when you've missed those parts, those experiences, those moments, sometimes they try to visualize it. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Then when they try visualizing the whole thing, then when they start sleeping, those things start playing in their subconscious. And I don't know. Most of the times, the thing we think last before we go to sleep actually comes back to us in our dreams, and then people begin to say, "Oh, this is this. I had spiritual husband, stuff like that." I'm not saying spiritual husband is not real. For people that are saying lie, this is my own view, and most people will still tell you that most of the dreams you have is based on what your last thought before you go to sleep. I don't know if most people will agree with me. It's just my own thought.
You're making sense, so. And boy, sister, me how far?
I do. Trying
Sister,
to finish my homework like tomorrow.
What did you say? Wait till you talk.
I'm trying to complete my assignment that is due tomorrow.
Now you are telling me about shadows and things like that. Have you had that experience?
Yeah. I believe it was 2014, 2015.
Wow.
Yeah. And I think the apartment then was haunted.
Where were you staying? Where was this apartment?
Then I was always the only one at home. My husband was not in Shagam, in Nigeria, Shagam. I don't know who was the previous occupant of the apartment, but I just know that anytime I'm alone in the house, I see like shadows running around, like something like will just zoom by behind me. Or I'll just, maybe if I'm doing something in the kitchen, I'll feel like a presence hovering over me, dark. And it's the kind of, you now have this paralyzing feeling like you're so afraid to even like turn back. So most times when I have that feeling, I will just stay still. And then I'll just be like meditating, like trying to be in my happy place, until that presence passes. So anytime, then I was always picking up night shifts so that I won't have to stay in the house, to sleep in the house alone. And then during the day, I still feel that present during the day. So what I do is I'll put on loud music or, play the TV loudly. Just give me that feeling that I'm not alone in the house. So it was until we moved from that apartment that I stopped having that feeling. So I don't know who lived in that apartment before we moved in, but no, it was dark for like the 2 years that we were there or thereabouts. It was not a good feeling.
And have you ever seen the thing? It's not like it just passes you. Have you ever actually seen the thing?
No, I just see shadows. I just see shadows. I just feel presence, but never seen whatever the thing looks like. But when you are doing something and then from your peripheral vision you can see somebody, like feel you're seeing somebody standing behind you or something moving behind you, from your peripheral vision. And then, you just feel like you're not alone in the house. Like, no, there's something else or there's somebody else in there. So there was one time when my dad visited. And my dad is a very spiritually sensitive person. He believes in all these spiritual things. He will tell you the world is like two sides of a coin. One side, we humans are living, and the other side is where the spirit beings are. He's like that. So the first day he visited us, he was like, you people need to leave this house. He didn't say anything about, you need to do deliverance or call pastor. He just said, you need to leave this house. The dark presence here.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
That's more like the house is ghost haunted.
Thank you.
Who knows? Conjuring. That's how it was in Conjuring.
Okay, Vidoma, let me bring somebody else.
Ghostbusters now, they would have come to check up on the house and know what is really going on. And then don't you watch those Ghostbusters?
Yes. Okay, Vidoma, let me bring somebody else. Take care, my darling sister. Big shout out. Yes, someone wanted to say something.
I was trying to try out this remedy that you see on, because I love to watch horror movies, all these occultic movies. I love them. So I was like, maybe trying to put salt, on my doorways. Trying to smell for sulfur, maybe something from hell creeped into my house. But,
it didn't work.
On a film now. Last, we left the house, and that was when I, like, okay, I'm fine now. But my husband never felt that presence. That's the funny thing. It was just me.
And you and your husband are still together?
Yep, 10 years I'm going.
That's good though. Samaria, come here. You will be like, you get spiritual husband like 5. Samaria, where are you running to? Garlic. Please guys, stop sending me requests if you're not going to come into the video.
Daddy, please make our guys.
I'm Yella. Can you see your family people? They don't like to wear clothes. Oh, wow.
Oh, goodness.
Let me bring Priye.
I'm trying to wear my top.
You are trying to wear your what?
Let me wear my this real quick.
Priye. This is the first time I'm seeing you here, and we are not doing Clash of the Supporters.
The investigative series now, wow.
I'm telling you, I want to get to the bottom of this. Yella has given one perspective.
This topic is really scary, for real.
I know you have experience, that's why I don't want to come. Oh yeah, come and talk.
Me? No, this is scary. Honestly speaking, it's scary. I don't like ghost-related stories by myself. It's really very scary.
What if, as we are talking, ghosts just pass your back? What's that behind your back on the wall?
Oh, it's my artwork. It's water.
I saw something come out of it.
Daddy Freeze, no! Daddy Freeze, no! Looking for anything.
All right, we have Diary of a Canadian Mom, Priye, here with us. Priye, I saw you very active in the comment section. Oh yeah, tell us.
Yes, I just decided to join in. Okay, so I think this is the third one I'm watching, and that's because there's a lot of talk about spiritual husbands or spiritual I see my childhood friend in this comment section. Sorry. She said we experienced Goma. Please, let's not go into that. Okay, so clearly, right? It's not a question of if it exists or not, because we hear the stories every time, and I think even in the Western world, there's a whole Detour. There's a station on my cable network. I think it's Detour that covers paranormal activity 24 hours. Like you have people calling priests to do exorcism, saying priests to be telling them, well, you are married on the other side, we need to do this. So many people have those stories, right? Yes, I agree with Yella that some people have underlying mental conditions. But that aside, some people genuinely experience, these spiritual things and everything. And I'm not going to lie, the spiritual, I believe in it because these people, especially these white people, they've even invented tools to detect if there's a spirit in the house. Like I watch these documentaries sometimes, they'll use their thing to detect. They will even tell you the gender of the spirit. Is a woman, is a man, or a spirit that is about 200 years old. It's crazy. But I think what's happening in Nigeria is people are experiencing these things and don't really know how to explain it. And the world is so scary now that sometimes I even think that this whole metaverse thing that we're talking about, is it not still spiritual realm? I don't know, Sha. I'm not a science genius, but everything is just weird. And I know that there's an entire other side. I know someone's story that the man couldn't be intimate with his wife because the wife will always say, it's not you, Sha. I don't know. And then they ended up going their separate ways because the girl just had whatever that she was doing on the other side of the or in another universe. I don't know. But bottom line is, it's not even about these things existing. It's the fact that, okay, people that are now caught up in this loop, how do they now survive? Some people, as Yella said, some people end up maybe dying because of the impact of the scene, and then some people just are just like that. I have an auntie, for instance, she has a very huge fibroid and now I don't know who to blame, whether it's the church or whether it's true. That they say if she removes the fibroid, I say it's spiritual, maybe she will die. Oh my God. Anyways, so
then they are both real Peking. Which one be said I know if you are both spiritual Peking?
Now fibroid though. So the argument in my family now is do surgery or not do surgery for almost 5 years now. I'm like, go and do the surgery or don't go and kill yourself because of church, But people swear, and she swears by it, that she believes that the church is right. I don't believe it, but the issue is these things are there. They're just out there. There are so many horror movies that are based on actual real life stories. Things like what's the name of that movie again?
The Conjuring.
Also, there are so many of them. The Exorcist. People are actually facing this, and I'm seeing documentaries by white people.
I can't even watch The
Exorcist to deliver them from one man that is disturbing them. So I don't know. The issue now is, are we saying it's only the Alpha prayer? Because so far, anytime I hear these stories, they always say that they've gone to 10 churches, no solution. So what is it?
Alphas have.
So
let me explain this properly. In Islam, jinn is part of the understanding of the scholars, and I think there's even a verse in the Quran that is jinn. I'm not a Quran expert, but if there's a Muslim scholar here, you can talk about it. So it's like I want to see what's common in Christianity. So it's quite common in Islam because it has proper Quranic backup and what you should do when you encounter such. And at the end of the day, because it is, and it's in original language, it's not being whitewashed like what we have in Christianity. It's not like if you read the proper scriptures and you go through what the early church went through, you'll be able to find a Christian solution or a biblical solution or a spiritual solution that leans on Christianity. But you see, what we have in Nigeria is, or in the world today largely, is a monetized, whitewashed gospel. Is a business. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's this business of spirituality. How do we sell this spirituality and make money? That's where the problem is. So they've thrown away the realness of it and they've embraced a money spinning gospel. So that's why you don't get solutions. Everybody believes, and you would see people that will lose somebody and say, hey, take it to fire altar. The person will resurrect. How many people have you seen in your life that have resurrected with which fire altar?
Yeah.
Osinachi was dead. They were praying fire altar. Did she resurrect?
At exploring solutions or something. Maybe.
Mm.
Maybe they have really sat down to explore the solutions. Maybe they've acknowledged that these things are real and really just explore solutions. Because it's the same thing with people that, because all the documentaries on this particular channel, there's one thing that is common. They have all the people that have a scientific explanation for the ghosts, well, not really scientific, but they'll tell you the ghosts are there, or this was the military officer who died on the base, or a prostitute that was murdered in this building 50 years ago. They will detect everything, but one thing is common. They always end up either going to call an exorcism priest, or some cases they will be communicating with the ghost self with their.
I want to bring somebody on. I'll remove Samaria for now because there's something at her back. Samaria, there's a shadow at your back. Look behind you. Just look, turn around. Eh?
Daddy Freeze, please. Do you know there was this movie I did in the past? In that movie, they killed me. Then my ghost came out. Do you know that movie? I couldn't see that movie on YouTube then. My own ghost was...
You acted a movie.
Hmm?
You acted a movie.
I did. Yes, I did this movie years ago. So in that movie, I was murdered. Then my spirit was coming out. My ghost was tormenting them. You know, I couldn't see my own movie. My own ghost was carrying me.
Oh yeah, Samaria, come and be going. Let me bring Sean so we can end the live. God bless you, Samaria. Thank you. Oh yeah, Sean, and we end the live. I don't learn something. You know, when you have conversations, you learn a lot from conversations. Even Yella, where they follow me leave for house. To be honest, the day she was talking about this is how I was looking at her, okay. And she was very excited about it. I remember it was a Sunday. And I was like, yeah, all right. Now I'm actually thinking about it. Sean, what's up, bro?
I wanted to ask, why is it not these spiritual husbands? Because they have more of the spiritual husband stories than the spiritual wife.
Spiritual wife full everywhere. Oh. Spiritual wife full. I have guys that have sent me messages upon messages. Anyway, let's hear my dear brother Sean.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yo, good evening. First of all, what I'm gonna say is this topic. If you asked me like 5 years ago, I'll probably have given you a different answer. But I have a specific story. So in my old workplace, the lady actually still follows me on Instagram. She might be on live with me. She's a British girl. She bought a new house, and I remember she came to work. She said, "I have a feeling that there's a ghost in the house," and we were all playing about it, like, just teasing and work, like, "Oh yeah, you're going home to your ghost, blah blah." And then she told us she named the ghost Tom. but she didn't tell anyone. So it was like every time we just, pick on her like, oh yeah, your ghost is waiting to see you. And then one day she said she walked into the playroom of her daughter. The daughter sat down playing by herself and talking to someone. And then, like I think she was like 3 or 2 at the time, the daughter. And they said, oh, what are you doing? Who are you speaking to? And the girl replied that, oh, I'm speaking to Tom. Can you not see? So I like this is Oyibo, not like, oh, I'm telling you African story or a movie or whatever. I think there's a lot of stuff we don't know about spirituality, and we think we do as human beings, of course. But yeah, this is true story that I've been told.
Wow. So the child was actually talking to the ghost.
Yeah, like kids. I mean, I've got adults. You see kids sometimes playing and just
Their imaginary friend.
Yeah. And she walked in and said, "Oh, what are you doing?" It's like, "Oh, I'm playing with Tom." And she swore she never told, she never told this girl like, "Oh, there's a ghost. We're gonna name him Tom or whatever." But this girl actually, this little kid actually come up like, "Oh, I'm playing with Tom. Can you not see him?" So,
Wow.
That's what I was saying. It's. I think the issue is with Nigerians. We have not really explored it. We are still looking at it from a fear angle, like
from a fear angle and from a religion angle.
Yes.
Totally agree. Like I said, like I don't normally believe in ghosts. Like I used to think it's kind of like fictional, but obviously the more you grow older and you listen to stories and watch podcasts or whatever, you understand like there's more. It's like you said the last time, DF, like the United States government have admitted now, disclassified that there is an alien. That there is actual footage. Like if you go on Pentagon's website that they posted of their pilots seeing aliens. So that's the United States government. So there's a lot of things that we don't know as human beings, but we think we know, and so it's just more understanding and more knowledge. Then you start thinking, okay, maybe there's more to this life than this physical actual body. Maybe there's other people with us, or
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Sean. I want to bring one more person.
I just remembered something.
Okay, go ahead. Sean, let me bring somebody else.
Did anybody ever watch American Horror Story?
Yeah. I
watched American Horror Story.
Yes, I did.
The guy who acted to be Jeffrey Dahmer?
Yeah.
He was in American Horror Story, and I didn't think about it as spiritual husband, maybe because he was dating the girl as her boyfriend. Do you remember?
I remember, yes, I remember.
That family that moved into the house, and then he was like the psychopath teenage boy who died in the house and then fell in love with the daughter.
With her, yeah.
Do you remember that he still ended up killing her?
I remember. Okay, so it still buttresses the point that you said that they always end up still taking the life of whoever they are vested in, right?
Yes. And she ends up living in that house with him forever. Her spirit ends up living inside that house with him forever.
That guy that acted that Jeffrey Dahmer story and this American Horror Story, if I see that guy in real life, I will run.
I had a crush on him.
That is dark.
I had a crush on him after that.
How can you have it?
No, I'm afraid of. There are some actors you see and you just have to affiliate them with everything that
they did, right?
His eyes are just.
He acts so well.
I feel like he has a dark side to him in real life.
Wow. All right, we have somebody else with us here.
His spirit husband looks so good. And he was a psychopath.
All these things are people exploring the actual reality, right? That's what we're saying, that, and that was what the other guy said, that even these white people are beginning to exploit for what it is. So instead of being afraid, they are coming up with maybe tools that can now detect if there's a ghost in the house. Like they say, some people, some Americans actually call these people to say, before I close on this house, please come and check. Oh, I don't want to share my house with ghosts. So I signed the papers. Please, let's do our final check. Then they'll call their person. I better come and tell us if there's there's a ghost in this house, how many ghosts? If the ghost is, they will not say, some will not say there's more angry husband.
Hungry spirits,
They'll
yes.
marry your wife or something and they won't buy the house. People believe those things, but there are people that offer those services in this part of the world. They'll say they help to check if there's any violent spirit on a property, for instance, before they buy it. Yeah.
Yes. Hi, good evening, everyone.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, Yella. Nice to meet you. Hi. Actually, I don't, my jury is still out on the spiritual husband thing. So I try not to invalidate the experiences people who believe in it have had. So I really can't say whether I believe in it or not, because I do not have any experience. I have not read enough to be convinced that it exists. But I know that there are spiritual things happen. Now, I am a Christian. So I was in Calabar, then I was in Nigeria. So I was in Calabar, I was in my final year in the university. So we had just resumed school. I had just left the house like a week before and gone back to school. So that day I was in the room with two of my friends. We had just turned in for the night. So I was reading. I used to love to read novels. So I was reading a novel, and I think I fell asleep while I was reading that novel. If a couple of minutes later, I think I felt a presence. It wasn't a dream. It was not a dream. I felt a presence beside me. Now I am one who does not fear ghosts, because I believe if ghosts really exist, I have not killed anyone whose ghost will come and haunt me. I have a grandfather who be a very vicious man that loves his grandchildren, who is now dead, and he's a ghost. So he will not allow somebody else's ghost to come and harass his own grandchild. So I really don't, I'm not scared of ghosts, actually. So, but that presence was there. It didn't seem like he was going to harm me. It didn't seem like, but I felt the presence. And in feeling the presence, I heard my sister, who I had just left a couple of days before, and so I screamed. I yelled out. My other friends who were in the room woke up, and like I said, I was awake. I was not sleeping. At that time, when I felt the presence, I woke up and I sat up. So they asked me what. And then I started crying. I told them I just saw my sister. So they asked, was she sick? Was anything wrong with her? I said, no, she was okay when I left her. At that time, she was a couple of months pregnant, like 4 months thereabout. So I said, no, I just saw my sister. And there and then, I started gathering my things to go back home in the morning. But I looked at the time. I remember exactly when this thing happened. I looked at the time. It was 10 minutes past 1 a.m. So I started picking up my things to go home. My friends tried to dissuade me. There was no reason to go. It's not like these days that you have like the GSM phones and the cell phones and all of that you could just call home immediately, So I decided to leave the next morning. But before I could leave, I decided to finish what I was doing in school that day and leave sometime in the afternoon. Then a friend of mine who used to I used to live in Port Harcourt and we're schooling in Calabar. Somebody came from Port Harcourt that day and came to tell my friends that that he passed by the house to see if I had gone back to school, and they told him I had gone, but that my sister just died the day before.
Wow.
So, but they didn't want to tell me. So, but at that day, I told my friends I knew something was wrong. I knew she was dead, but I couldn't accept, that was it, but because I saw her. So I left that day, and I cried all the way home, and people in the bus were asking me, young girl, what is wrong? I couldn't say because nobody, because my friends didn't tell me what the other guy told them. They made sure that I left that day, So I got home, and my mom told me that my sister died. And they told me she died at 5 minutes past 1 the day before, which was the exact I had the experience at 10 minutes afterwards. So that for me, I can't explain that. I don't believe in things like that, but I know I had that experience. I can't deny it. It was an experience I had, you know. So that's what I wanted to share. So I don't have
Thank you
spiritual
so
husbands. I
much.
don't hear ghosts and all of that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you, Diary of a Canadian Mom. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Good night.
Miss Brown Cam. Thank you so much. So please follow Yella. Yella, what's your account, your handle?
Danny Phantom.
Okay, type it out so I can pin it. Then Yella's account was hacked, so we're starting afresh. Type it out. Let me pin it. So follow Yella. Okay, that's it. Pin comment. So that's Yella's account. Let me bring in Henry the Great. Henry said he had an experience. And anybody else with any experience they want to share? After this, we'll close the live.
Hello.
Henry,
Hello, Daddy.
how far? How you doing, my brother?
I'm okay.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, let's go straight to the point. Yella, how are you doing? Lady, how are you doing?
Hi, Daddy Prince.
Hi.
So let me go straight to my point or my story. Yeah, I used to have a relative. So when the lady died, well, before the lady died, she said that none of his family will enjoy her children. So people think maybe she was playing. So when she died, within 1 year, she started coming out as a ghost.
Oh, wow.
She killed one of her daughter. She started taking her children because there were about 4 of them.
Oh, wow.
She killed one of the daughter. So people begin to wonder what is going on. And these children, nobody knows what is doing them. Sometimes they will start, swelling, not knowing that it was the lady who was coming to disturb them at night. So one day they went to meet they went to meet the native doctor. So the native doctor, they were able to find out it was the lady. So the native doctor, they started tracking her until one day they block her. So when they block her, they have to go to the grave and they exhume the lady. Do you know that the hair, the real hair was still fresh? The real hair, because they have to drive all of us, because when they were digging the grave, people, they already block the lady. So after getting the hair, that time we were very small, they have to drive her. Then my big cousin, they went. So when they went to burn her hair, the lady was crying while they were burning her hair.
How do you mean she was crying?
Really crying. I mean, she was crying because the hair was still fresh. Her skull was still fresh. Nothing had happened to the skull. So when they after burning her, then they have to come and do because in my place they always do chain. Anybody that comes out, they always put chain around. They do some incantation, put chain around that. Since that time, all those things, doesn't it hasn't come out again since when when they did the ritual. So this thing happened in 1989. I can never forget that, and can never forget the year.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So
Wow.
From that time is when I started believing, there was a ghost. They exist. Even when I came to US, sometimes when I go to a club, there's some people I will even see. Within me, I will know that these people, they are not human beings. But I used to tell people that when we come to this club, there's some people we see here. They are not human beings, but they won't believe me, you know. But I know ghosts. They do exist. There's ghosts, you know.
Oh,
So
wow.
that was very appreciated.
Thank you. We have one more lady with us. Please go ahead.
Hi, Daddy Free.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. I want to say something about the other lady that spoke the other day about a spirit husband. I believe in those things, but what I think about her own is that I think she has an active guardian angel. That's what I think that she has, because when Daddy Freeze asked her if she has ever done anything with him, she said no. So I believe that her own is not really a husband, but a guardian angel, because he protects her. The guy advises her. So I think her own is a guardian angel, not a spirit husband. That's what I think.
Yeah. Daddy Freeze, can I say one more thing?
Yes, go ahead.
Where I come from, Daddy Freeze, do you know that we don't make trouble? We don't drag land. If you drag land, when they pick something, the spirit will start acting, start killing people in my place.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. I'm 100% serious. There's nothing like dragging of land. If you own a piece of land, nobody will mess up with your land. Where I come from, it has killed so many people.
Wow.
Yeah, so we call it Owu. I mean, if there's anybody from my place, you know, who is on this life, they will, you know, they will understand what I'm saying. They call it Owu. Once you speak, it will start acting, and you don't take anything. Sometimes people don't know. They will go there and take maybe like water leaf, anything. When you take anything and eat there, the thing will strike you, and it will be, you know, you'll be feeling as if, you know, you are having like malaria, but you don't know that is the Owu. Within 2 days, the person is gone. And when they know, they will come with goat. And if they kill the goat there, you eat the goat there. You don't take any part of the goat. If you don't finish it, they open the ground and pour inside there before the thing will go.
Wow.
Yes. So where I come from is, you know, there's nothing like dragging of land. You don't make any problem with anybody. With any, you know, with their land. You don't mess up with their land. You don't
Are you
do anything with
Igbo?
their land. Yeah.
Are you Igbo?
Yeah, I'm Igbo. I'm from Ohafia.
In what state is that?
In Abia State.
Abia State. Oh wow, that's nice. That's nice. Oh wow. Thank you so much.
I mean, all those ones. I mean, I'm aware of all those things. So, like, spiritual something. Yeah, I believe there's a, but the husband or the wife something. I don't know, but I know about spirit. Yeah, they do exist.
All right, thank you guys so much, all of you, for joining. You want to say anything? Does anybody want to say anything?
Yeah, what I want to say, when I want to contribute for the wine.
That's for the London event. I will send you the account number. It's a UK account number.
The account, yeah. So I want to support for the wine since I can't come.
Oh, thank you so much, Henry the Great. Thank you so much, brother.
You're welcome.
All right. God bless you.
You too.
All right. So, yes, Yella, go ahead. You wanted to say something.
Okay, so I wanted to contribute for this lady and the lady right before, like the previous one who lost her sister. We have to rest in peace. I feel like a lot of times, like the complaints that Nigerians are having, I feel like because we are so lost spiritually, like, I mean, we already have enough going on as a country. I don't think God is trying to frustrate us any further. I feel like sometimes we actually have the Holy Spirit with us and we can't even recognize it. I mean, we don't even know what we're afraid of anymore.
Absolutely.
Like, we don't know what we're afraid of anymore.
Absolutely.
Like, normally, even without us being like lost as a country, normally, like even in the Bible, when angels appear and stuff like that, they always say things like "fear not." So obviously, they're not something that's going to be appealing the first time you see them. Do you understand? So, and for the second, and for the other lady who talks about her sister, seeing her sister, she said she's not sure about spiritual husbands, but she does believe in the whole spiritual realm and how it corresponds with the physical realm. I just want to say, like, if that could happen, like spiritually, like if that was a spiritual encounter, what more is spiritual sexual encounter? Because, like, first of all, human beings sleeping with human beings already. I don't know if anybody believes in it, but I believe in some kind of soul tie when you do have intercourse with somebody else. I feel like something about them rubs off on you, whether you want to admit it or not. You feel it while you're engaging in it, or after you're done. When they talk about personal clarity and things like that, like the personal clarity goes way beyond being disgusted with the person you just finished doing it with. Like, sometimes it's either you can feel their aura even when they're not with you. I don't know how to explain it. And that's human being on human being. Imagine human being on something from the other side. I mean, a lot of rituals that go on happen sexually. Like, even when the agenda or what they're trying to accomplish isn't sexual. Do you understand what I mean? Like,
yes.
A lot of the ritual, like in the making, like, when you're making a cake, the product is going to be a cake, but the mixing and the combining, like the whole ceremony to make something, sometimes what people are actually doing at the shrine are engaging in orgies and a lot of sexual things. A lot of witchcraft is very sexual. For that, you always hear things about witches laying with Satan sleeping with them. And for all you know, they're just trying to kill someone. They're not even trying to sleep with the person. They're not, do you understand? They just want their house to burn or something. But that is what they have to go through to accomplish that thing. So there's a lot of power in intimacy, in physical intimacy. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes, clearly so.
So I feel like that is enough explanation. Like the fact that can happen, human being on human being, what more like human being on a spirit. I mean, you could see your sister. I mean, if something could tell you that, oh, your sister has passed, I don't know why it would take so much more for you to believe that a spirit can actually speak with somebody and weigh them down the way they weigh them down. When you sleeping with another human being can weigh yourself. Do you understand what I mean?
Clearly so. Makes a lot of sense. All right, we've got a final guest for tonight. The now very famous, how do I put it? The lady who started Butterscotch herself. Butterscotch, oh yeah, over to you.
Yeah, good evening from this side.
From which side? Are you on Earth with us or you are somewhere else?
I know it's midnight. I know it's midnight in your country.
Yes, so it's midnight.
Yeah, I'm supposed to say good morning, I guess.
Good morning, yes. With us, it's morning.
Okay, so today, before I talk about my experience, I want to ask you, can I talk about spiritual wives?
Sure.
Okay, so I have very close friends who, in fact, they have since that time I came on
my live, yes.
YouTube. Yeah, if I could screenshot my Instagram and show to you, I have more than 600 messages. I don't know how people got to me. Even people who knows me in real life, they are looking for me, calling family and friends, asking for my number that they want to find solution to what they've been passing through for so many years. I'll come to that. Okay, now, so as much as there is spiritual husband, there is also spiritual wives, okay? And the thing about it is that the men quickly and easily accept their own.
And most of them, because, we women, we love to do over born again and church, over deliverance. Now we they carry pastors for it. When you go to most churches, you see that, I don't know, 78% of people there are women, So we are the one who drag our husbands or fiancé or boyfriend or brothers, sons to church. So most men don't even, carry church on their head like that. So I have close friends who are alive today, and they are doing very well. Most of them have married maybe 3 times, twice, and they keep remarrying. And at the end of the day, they find out that they have spiritual wife, and they go out there looking for a solution. Okay? At times, 99% of them that I know very well have found solution. So now what they do, they choose a day in the market days. In Igbo language, there is something called Eke Orio for Unko, something like that for the 4 market days, okay? So they choose a day in the 4 market days that they will not have sexual intercourse with either their living lover or their wife or their girlfriend. And they won't do it with anybody. They won't do RTT. I'm sorry, I forgot that, I'm not supposed to say it. So they won't do RTT with whoever they are living with or they are dating. That day, they will keep themselves for their spiritual wife. Okay? And I've had them tell me, most times when we gist, I'll ask them, so those days, do you get tempted? One of them, he lives in Canada. He will tell me, you won't believe it, princess. Do you know that day that I decided that I'm not supposed to do RTT is the day one babe that I've been eyeing for long will just buzz me and say, please, can I come over? And he will be like, oh my God, why today? You understand that the temptation is so high that he doesn't even know what to do. But at the end of the day, he can't do it. Okay, now, let me tell you another life experience. I have a friend who has another girlfriend, okay? And that his girlfriend is also a friend of mine, okay? So now, he told me, I'm not going to mention names, that there was a day, randomly, they were doing RTT. Or they're about to do RTT. And the light in the room goes off. And he had to hold her so that she does not turn into a python or a snake. Because if she keep moving, she was going to switch. So he held her. He told her to stay at a place because he already has experience with these things. You understand? Don't forget he goes to do whatever he does in the water for his spiritual wife. So he knows the days to do and the days not to do. But he did not know that the lady he's with also has a spiritual husband, okay? And she's been married before. So now he told her to stay at a place. And after a while, the light came back. Okay, and I asked him, so did you continue? He said, yes, now. He continued, Abi. That is her own spiritual thing that came, a spiritual husband that came. So when he finished, guess what?
What?
When she left, the spirit didn't leave. Now, these spirits, they come in different shapes. Some are handsome, some are ugly. Some looks so tall, like a giant, like chimpanzee. So this girl's own looks really, really scary. He could feel the presence in his house. In fact, he saw it, okay? So he now told her that, babe, your spiritual husband did not live with you when you left. Please come and tell him to go that you've left. So she was now laughing, okay? She was now laughing. She now said, no, he won't do anything to you. He's just there checking out on you if you're going to do any part on it or not. He now said, I don't like this kind of a thing. So guess what? He called my spiritualist because we both use this woman. He called her to say, I don't like this spirit present in my house. What am I going to do? So she told him, she said, burn incense. Okay, she instructed him on what to do. The particular incense, I don't know, I think Catholic Church people uses it as well. Particular incense that he had to burn so that thing will leave his house. It took days before he left his house. So he called me, he said he cannot date this babe anymore. I'm like, why? You have a spiritual wife, she has a spiritual husband. Why won't you date her anymore? At least both of you understand each other and what's going on. He now said, his children might visit, from abroad, and then he will be having spirits in the house. He doesn't want that kind of. Said, oh, really? But other women can deal with you
having a spiritual wife, and your spiritual wife used to deal with them anytime, you go to them and all that, then you cannot deal with another person. So I say, guy, don't tell me that. So now this spiritual husband of hers now knows your address, so don't forget. So if you try to break her heart, he's going to mess you up big time. And you told me that he was really, really scary. But it's not even the good one. He's not laughing at all. And this lady I'm talking to you about, she's beautiful. When you see her, she looks like a mermaid. She's my very close friend, okay? So I told him, I said, don't
Yusuf, why are all your friends mermaids and all this kind of thing?
What did you say?
Why are all your friends mermaids and all these kind of things?
Have you seen my friends? You've not seen them now. Why are you talking like
No, the way you always saying that your friend this, your friend that.
Not all. Beautiful women are, I think, always attracted to follow beautiful women. That's how I say it anyway. No, I don't
now, let me ask you a question, honest question. Do you swing both ways?
No, I don't like it. Tell you, when I was young, okay, in secondary school in Port Harcourt, there was a day.
What secondary school did you go to?
Yes, I went to almost like 4 secondary schools. I started from Makwa girls to Warri girls to FGGC Abuloma to Federal Girls Owerri. I was very stubborn during secondary school, so they were always expelling me because I behaved like a tomboy. So I do.
What year did you finish secondary school?
My story.
What year did you finish?
Now, I want to talk to you about this thing you just mentioned. Why I can never do it. So this person I'm gonna talk about, she's late already, but her elder sister is still alive. Okay, so their family, I think they are into it. So she was my senior in school, and she bought me a greetings card and sent it to my house address. We live in Aba. That's where I grew up. My parents, were born in Aba. She sent it to me. And when it was delivered, guess who received it? My mom. So when my mom opened it, she saw love, this one, that one. She just brought her cane. If you grew up in the East, there's something called Anya cane, better cane. She brought it koboko to my room and said, "What is this?" I was already shaking. I said, "Mommy, what's that?" She said, "What's this card? Who brought it to you?" And I said, "She's my friend. She's my son." She now said, "No, what she wrote inside is what matters." My mom floored the hell out of me, and she still applied pepper in the hand that we used to rub myself and put me by the balcony. After a few hours, she now called me because my mom was flog and she was still consoling. She now called me to tell me that it's not just flogging me, that she went to Indoki Girls herself, that she wants to explain something to me. That this thing, that thing you asked about, since you didn't mention it, is not a good spirit if you start doing it.
Explain that to us again. Explain that to us again.
What did you say?
Explain that thing to us again. That is not a good spirit if you don't.
Yeah, that is not that when you start doing it, when you start doing lele or
okay.
they call it, yes, that is not a good spirit that goes with it. That she does not want me to do that at all. I said, "Okay, Mommy, I've heard." So in secondary school, I stayed away from even that my. I didn't talk to her until I left that school. So I'm not into it. I don't do it at all. I don't. I'm very straight, DF. I'm very, very straight. It's just friendship and nothing more. Did you find anybody that does it among my friends? Please, oh. Yeah,
all right. Thank you for sharing your perspective. You always bring education to these things. At least when you're sharing your perspective, it's always how do I put it in such a way that I am able to communicate well. You always bring clarity and those kind of things when we are having this conversation. So that actually does help, and it very often makes it so much better for us all to have these conversations. So I appreciate you, my darling sister. Do take care of yourself. Thank you, every single person who came live. I'm going to contact you again, and you and I are going to have a conversation. I'm sure we're going to sit down and address this from another perspective. Take care. Bye.